Ladies and gentlemen, it is day one officially of March Madness. The madness has already begun. It's about 1 a.m. East Coast as I just got done watching the Stanford Kansas game. Man, oh man, Kansas, you got bailed out. I can't wait to watch you lose next round. That was a BS call. Stanford got robbed. I can't believe it. What a first day of March Madness, let alone we got a lot to talk about. So I'm not going to waste any time because I got to get to bed because I got a lot to do tomorrow morning and possibly be live for you beautiful people. So let's talk about the games real quick. So let me share the screen real quick. We're going to share the screen. Why am I sharing the screen? Because I can. Let me put my face cam in a good spot. So let's talk about the games today. So first up, we're going to start in the East region. We'll work our way down. Starting with BYU Duquesne. Duquesne, man, the underdogs of the underground have done it again. Day Grant and them boys that coach. He announced his retirement Monday. Gets to keep on coaching. And BYU, man, they suck. I can tell you right now, if BYU, I'm never picking them again in the tournament. That was just they look bad. I can tell you right now, if BYU ever becomes a 1 seed, and they could be undefeated, dominant, and be a 1 seed. I'm picking a 16 over BYU. Man, they look terrible. They weren't hitting their threes, man. I mean, that's what they were. If you're relying on to hit your threes, man, you're not a good team. I mean, BYU just struggled. Duquesne, they're here to play. Their coach, who announced their retirement, who announces his retirement, will get one more game against the Fighting Illini. Now, Illinois, man, what a performance by what's his name? He had a triple double. I'm blanking on his name. Shannon had a good game. I mean, Moorhead State, bro. Moorhead State. I believe they were up. They were up one or down one at the half, and then eventually Illinois got cooking. They got cooking and they blew them out of the water. Illinois Duquesne Saturday. We don't know the time yet. I still like Illinois in that game. I think I like Illinois to get to the Sweet 16. And interesting fact about Illinois, apparently they lost their three straight opening round games and they were due for one against Moorhead State. They got it done. Good win for Illinois. I like Illinois over Duquesne. We move on now. Drake, Washington State. Man, Drake, my hearts go out to you. Tucker DeVries, the coach's son, man, he had a bad game. It felt like he wasn't doing anything. He only had 14 points. Their big guy, what was his name? 51 Barnett. I don't remember his name. Had a great game, had a great second half. He followed out of the game, and that was the turning point. But also Drake, I was watching that game. Drake could not hit their three throws. That's the difference in the game. If Drake hit their three throws, they were what 5 for 13 or something like that. Man, if they hit those 8 free throws, different ball game. Washington State, this one sucks, bro. I wanted Drake. I wanted Washington State both to win. I was rooting for both teams. I wish it was Drake in Texas and Colorado State, Washington State. We're going to talk about the Texas game, my thoughts on it, but Drake, it breaks my heart to see him go. I had him in one bracket. I did going to like the Elite Eight, and it just breaks my heart to see what happened to the Drake Bulldogs. And then Iowa State, South Dakota State. People were smoking crack thinking San Diego State were going to win. Zeke Mayo was their best player. People were smoking crack if they thought San Diego, South Dakota State were going to win this game. Iowa State proves their dominance once again. They will advance to take on Washington State. I think Washington State has a good shot at beating Iowa State, but I think Iowa State's going to win that game. I think we're poised for an Iowa State, Illinois. I think Auburn and UConn, I think we're destined for 1, 2, 3, 4 in the East. We'll see what happens with UConn and Auburn tomorrow. But Iowa State could be a Final Four contender, bro. I think Iowa State could beat Washington State. I wouldn't be surprised me if Washington State wins that game. We'll see, man. It's going to be an intriguing game on Saturday. Next up, we got North Carolina taking on Wagner. It was close for a little bit, but North Carolina just said, we had enough joking around. We're going to just destroy you, and that's what they did. Poor Wagner. I mean, Wagner, hats off to them. First tournament win, but let's be real, folks. I had a feeling Wagner could do something. I was rooting for Wagner, but let's be real. Wagner was the 6th seed in their conference tournament. They had no shot at beating North Carolina, but Duquesne was a 6th seed in their tournament, but they played BYU, and BYU had a bad game. And I mean, Wagner and Duquesne are two different. But, dude, Wagner had a great tournament. They were the 6th seed in the conference. They should have a lot to hang their head on, bro. 6th seed in the conference tournament. They won their conference tournament. Then they beat Howard, their first tournament win. So congrats to the boys of Wagner. But North Carolina, I was rooting for Wagner, bro. Imagine Wagner beat North Carolina, but North Carolina advances. First game of the day, you got February. I mean, you got January, February at Izzo. Dude, Michigan State just beat the hell out of Mississippi State. That game, it was a blowout, bro. At one point, I'm like, I'm not. Usually, I watch whatever the first game is. I was like, I don't want to watch this game because that's how bad it was. I think it was Mississippi State's first time in the tournament and whatnot. But damn, they look bad. They look bad after beating Tennessee in the SEC. But Michigan State is just that good. Tom Izzo, great coach, great tournament coach. Many people thought Michigan State did not deserve him to be in the tournament. And what happens? Tom Izzo is poised to make a run. Now, Michigan State, North Carolina. That's going to be a banger matchup Saturday. Banger matchup, I say. Can Michigan State win? I will say yes. They can win. I picked them to win. Will it happen though? I don't know. Baycott and RJ Davis, two really good players. I mean, Michigan State, they got to be hitting their shots. If they're hitting their shots, man, they got a good shot at beating North Carolina. But that should be a fun matchup. Dayton and Nevada. So I had to work tonight. So I started Nevada was up like 58 to something. So around like the 5 minute mark, I check it and all of a sudden Dayton's up like 59, 58. And I'm like, what the F? How is Dayton back in this game? I thought Dayton was done. And Dayton found a way to do it, man. And I'm surprised Dayton. It took Dayton that they had like a 22-2 run, and they pulled it off, man. They pulled a rabbit out of their hat. Arizona, at one point, Long Beach State was giving it to them. Not gonna lie, but Arizona wasn't gonna pull Princeton from last year, and Arizona win. Now Dayton and Arizona on Saturday. I think Arizona's going to win. Sorry, Dayton. No hate. I mean, dude, you guys were down bad. I don't know how you came back. I was at work and all of a sudden you were up, man, you got to tip your cap there. I think Arizona's going to beat Dayton. Sadly, I don't know how. I think it might be actually. I honestly think it might be a blowout. But I could be wrong there. Dayton might prove me wrong. Okay, so let's move on over to the other side of the bracket. Man, we have some chaos already here in March. NC State continues their hot streak, beating Texas Tech. I thought Texas Tech could win this game. Texas Tech looked like it had a great shot after what happened earlier in the after evening, but NC State, man, they keep on rolling. I think we'll talk about the next matchup, but man, I was DJ Burns and NC State. They got it rolling right now. 10th seed from the AAC tournament to now 11th seed and into the round of 32, and then their opponent is going to be a feisty underdog story. As earlier in the evening, Kentucky loses to Oakland. John Calipari, what happened, brother? What's going on with Kentucky? You didn't make the tournament due to the big thing in 2020. There was obviously no tournament. You missed the tournament after. You lose to St. Peter's Peacocks. You beat Providence last year, and then you lose to K-State. And now Oakland. What was that guy's name? Fuck, what was his name? Galecki? Whatever his name was, number 3 on Oakland, bro. I was watching this game at work. This guy was just hitting shots left and right. Some of these shots look awful, and they were going in, and I'm like, this guy is a lit. He sticks his tongue out. Oakland, man, Oakland, the underdogs from the underground. Their coach, been there since what 1984 or something like that. Finally gets a win in the round of 64, and man, Kentucky, I feel for you fans, bro. It's sad to see what's going on. John Calipari, I don't know if he'll get fired. I doubt it because I heard he's got a big buyout. But man, Kentucky, I don't know what's going on there. But Oakland, Cinderella. But wait, the guy said in their video they're not a Cinderella. I mean, in Oakland, they're a good team, man. They had a good run. They have a good run going. They beat Xavier earlier, and they knew that they were going to be successful. Now we got the hottest team in America right now, NC State, taking on Oakland. This is going to be a fun matchup, and with NC State winning and Oakland winning, we're guaranteed a double-digit seed in the Sweet 16. Like in one of my bracket facts, I said, guys, a Sweet 16 always has one double-digit seed. Who's gonna win? I'm rooting for Oakland, but I'm also rooting for NC State. Man, this is gonna be a fun matchup. My heart will be torn. I'm rooting for whoever wins this game. I'm going to be rooting for in the Sweet 16. I hope it's Oakland, but NC State. I think NC State's going to win, honestly, and continue that hot streak. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat either Marquette or Florida, Colorado, or Western Kentucky. I mean, NC State's just hot right now. I think they can go to the Final Four. I mean, depending what happens up in this region with these 4 games tomorrow, look out NC State, man. Look out for them. I think they might go on a deep run here. Anyway, let's move on to this region. Gonzaga, McNeese. Oh, McNeese. I really thought they could beat Gonzaga. They were having a down year. But then I was watching a clip of Big Cat and his and PFT and their podcast. They went over McNeese's out of conference schedule, and as soon as I heard it, I'm like, oh, McNeese, they're gonna get blown out. Gonzaga, even though they had a down year to many people, they just beat them down. I mean, it was a beatdown. I was really looking forward to this game, and by like halftime, by like the end of the first quarter, I'm like, I'm done watching this, and it was just a blowout. I was sad. I like Will Miley. I like their team. They just got blown out, and it was bad. It was bad. And then Kansas and Stanford. Let me tell you something. Kansas was up 22 at one point, and I'm like, Kansas got in the bag. And all of a sudden, Stanford cuts into the lead. And then at the end of the game, I'm watching it. Stanford keeps coming close. They get up. The guy, Timberlake, whatever his name was going for a layup. The guy blocks it. They call a foul. And on the announcers and Gene Steratore was like, it is clean. Stanford got hosed. It's a damn shame. I hate Kansas. I do. After that, they got lucky. Even with all their injuries, I'm gonna be honest. I think Gonzaga might blow them out. Don't hate the messenger. Kansas, they were up big, but if Gonzaga plays the way they did and Kansas plays the way they ended tonight, it's not even close. I like Gonzaga to beat Kansas bad. Even with their injuries, Kansas just got lucky tonight, and I think they're not going to get lucky against Gonzaga. So Gonzaga, I like them to beat them bad. That's just my opinion, bro. Kansas got lucky. That's all I'm going to say. They should have lost to Stanford tonight. Got lucky there. South Carolina, Oregon. I knew Oregon was going to win. I'm not high. I wasn't high in South Carolina all year. Oregon, when they're a double-digit seed, you always take them, bro. That coach, I don't know his name, man. I'm just so tired. I can't remember names, But I know he's a good coach for Oregon, and I wasn't a big believer in South Carolina. I knew Oregon was going to win. And Oregon, NC State, and Duquesne, those 11 seeds, bro, they're all the hottest teams right now in America. I think NC State's got the better shot to go to Sweet 16. We'll see if Oregon. I like Oregon to beat Creighton somewhat. We'll see what happens. And New Mexico against Clemson has a shot to make it 4-0 for the 11 seed, a clean sweep. We'll see what happens there. Creighton taking on Akron. Man, this was a fun first half. Akron had it close. And then all of a sudden, Trey Alexander, Ryan Cockburn, and Baylor, whatever his name is, and Greg McDermott started to beat down on Akron. The second half felt like it wasn't competitive. The first half was so much fun. It was a fun first half, and then Creighton just took away, killing Akron's momentum, and they advance. I think this is gonna be a good game on Saturday. Creighton and Oregon. I kind of like Oregon to win, but it wouldn't surprise me if Creighton wins the game. I mean, I think Creighton can win too. I think the winner of this game, honestly, might beat the winner of Tennessee, Texas. The winner, yeah, I think that. I think that. And then we got Texas State and Colorado State. Man, oh man, you couldn't pay me money to watch that game. Dude, that first half was so boring. Dude, just imagine if Virginia was playing that game. Oh my god. Oh my god. That game I'd be honest, I did not watch any of that game. I watched like the first 10 minutes. I'm like, this game is boring. That game was so boring. I didn't watch it. It was just boring. Tennessee and St. Peter's. This was another game I didn't watch. St. Peter's, although we love them, they kind of got lucky in their conference tournament. It is what it is. I'm going to call it down the middle. St. Peter's made it back to a tournament, but they had no shot at winning. They had no shot. Tennessee rolled. I didn't watch any of that game. I'm going to be honest. No, I mean, For gambling reasons, no. Like, I don't gamble, guys. I don't gamble. If I had money on it, I probably would watch it, but, like, I'm not a big gambler, so. So we still got some fun matchups tomorrow. I'm looking forward to the FAU Northwestern getting us started off. I'm looking forward to A&M Nebraska. I'm looking forward to Wisconsin James Madison. I'm looking forward to Florida Kentucky Connecticut. Florida Connecticut. Florida Colorado. Connecticut places Stinson. Looking forward to Clemson New Mexico St. Mary's Grand Canyon. And you know what? I'm kind of interested in Alabama Charleston. Maybe Alabama loses. The SEC is not doing too hot right now. Mississippi State loses. Kentucky loses to Oregon. Tennessee won. Is there any other SEC teams that lost today? South Carolina is another one. Tennessee is the only SEC team to win today. I'm pretty, yeah. They had 8 teams in the tournament, and Tennessee's the only one. We'll see what happens with Florida and Alabama tomorrow. But yeah, that's the recap. I did want to show you my perfect bracket. Let's see. Let me show you my perfect bracket and how we are doing on our perfect bracket. As you can see, we got 90 points. We're not doing too hot. Fucking Duquesne. We had Illinois. We had Drake. But it doesn't hurt us because we had Illinois and Iowa State both winning, so we can get points there. But that sucks. We got this both right. We got both games right. We got both these right. And then, yeah, we got that entire thing wrong. We got Kentucky going to like the Elite Eight. No, we had Kentucky going to the Final Four. Oh, chat. I had Kentucky going to the Final Four. Damn. Let's. Oh yeah, we had McNeese and Stanford winning. Oh my god, and we had Colorado State winning, bro. Damn, the perfect bracket is no more. But I just figured I should guess my perfect bracket. If you guys copy me, I feel bad. I did not. I'm not doing too hot on that perfect bracket, so-called perfect bracket. But yeah, that's March Madness day 1 tomorrow. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna upload this and then go to bed. And tomorrow, day number 2 of March Madness. I'm planning to go live at noon-ish, whenever the first game goes. It depends what I get done. I got a lot to do tomorrow morning. Lots to do tomorrow morning. So we'll see what happens. I might, if I don't go live right at noon, probably 2 o'clock. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I go live. Maybe I go live for the night. I don't know, man. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Hit like, hit subscribe. I really would appreciate it. We're trying to get this sports podcast off the ground. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Have a great night, and see you maybe tomorrow. If I don't, enjoy the madness. Peace.